Have you ever wondered what it would be like to spend a day in someone else's shoes? Someone that lived an entirely different life than you. What it meant to be away from the ones you loved. I took a day to find out. I chose to convey the voice of an older male. I expected to find a man in his late stages of adulthood, with jaded opinions of today's generation, and to be somewhat better due to his current health situation. I thought it would be a challenge to encourage him to open up to me. Instead, I walked into a dark room at 6:40 a.m. and was greeted with a good morning. Hesitant at first, I walked over and introduced myself and asked permission to be part of one of his most vulnerable times in his life. Here he was, laying in bed, tousled gray hair with no dentures, and all I was worried about was my school project. I quickly realized that this is more than a project, that this is a man that can really impact my life, and all I needed to do was observe. So I did just that, and this is his story. I was born and raised in a small rural city. Some of you may know it as Los Angeles, California. I wanted to make a difference. I wanted to have an impact on the world. And the only way I knew how to do that was to do something that would influence many people, not just myself and not just my family. My high school alone had over 5,500 students, and it was so easy to be overlooked. Somehow, I wanted to become more than just one. I was determined to be many. So I packed my car and I headed 1,300 miles northeast to Wyoming to pursue a career in law enforcement. I remember stories. The dad was a doctor and the mom was a lawyer, and yet they were screaming at each other so loudly. So I took the children into another room and gave them a new best friend. There's another story that I could never forget, even if I tried. We get a call. 2 young boys and their grandfather is supposed to be watching them. I walk into the garage and we see the grandfather sitting in a chair with a recently used shotgun laying on the floor. Their grandfather had taken his life. What was I supposed to tell these 2 young boys, 2nd and 3rd graders, about why their grandfather did this to himself? It was at that moment that I knew I wanted to become a pastor. Being a pastor, I've visited a lot of people in the hospital, but I've never actually been the one in a hospital bed. I was diagnosed and admitted with shortness of breath and weakness. I've been in this room for 4 days now, and I'm just ready to go home. This thing over here continuously beeps, and I feel bad calling the nurse every time it starts up again. And have you ever been woken up every 4 hours for your vital signs? I mean, I feel fine, and I feel stable, and it's so uncomfortable to have this probe stuck in your ear. And the food here, I don't mean to complain, but it's nothing like what my wife makes, and, well, I won't even start on the gowns. Don't get me wrong, my nurses are absolutely amazing. I mean, they're so attentive and answer every question I have. My doctor, however, well, in the days that I've been here, I've seen him maybe 30 minutes total, and I want to know what's going on with me. I just feel bad because he has so many other patients. Does he really have time to answer all my questions? I've had 2 sisters die at the age of 65, and I turned 66 in October. And if you ask me, I'm already beating the odds. So I feel pretty good about my chances of getting out of here. If you think about it, there's so many chapters in life. And the one I'm looking forward to the most is watching my granddaughter walk across the stage and graduating from college. She's my little girl, my angel. And I only want the best for her, and I can't wait to be there cheering her on every step of the way. After doing my voice project, I learned that everyone has their own story, and everyone has their own life adventures. And sometimes all you need to do is just sit back and listen and see what you can learn. Just because they don't grow up in the same town that you do doesn't mean that they don't have the same value. I learned to believe in myself and all that I am, and know that there's something inside me that's greater than any obstacle. If these patients can overcome all their challenges, so can I. I learned that every walk of life has something new to teach us. And I realized that during this project, it allowed me to sit down and talk with an individual which I would have never gone to do on a normal basis. And it gave me a reason to say, hey, let me into your life and let me explore what you see and let me have your point of view. The man in my voice gave me a gift that no one else could. He gave me the gift of his life story. He gave me the experiences he faced along with the struggles and morals he overcame.